Time for Football Night in New York with Connor Hughes and Willie Colon. And fellas, Zach Wilson's performance certainly had everybody talking for all the wrong reasons. And Connor, I'll start with you because you were fired up like no other on Sunday. Robert Saleh said Monday they've given zero thought to benching Wilson and they will stick with him no matter what, aside from injury. So what does that say about their belief in him?
Well, I think it's hope and it's praying and it's not wanting to believe that you whiffed so wildly on the second overall pick in the draft. But the one thing that I will say is that's Robert Saleh's sentiment now. And I followed up with him later in that press conference or conference call, I should say, just to get some more clarity. I think a lot of that is based in his belief that Zach Wilson is going to turn this around. You know, if what we saw from Zach Wilson, I should say, against the Patriots is what we see next week against the Buffalo Bills, and then after the bye against the Patriots again, and then against the Chicago Bears the next week, well, there is going to have to be some reflection and some assessment of where the Jets are at the quarterback position, because what we have seen from this team to this point, and Willie can touch upon this so much more than I can, is that the Jets have a roster around the quarterback that is capable of winning football games in 2022. And if they are capable of winning football games in 2022 and it's their quarterback that's holding it back, well, the other players in this locker room, they're not going to be so accepting of the idea that they're just going to punt on this season to see if maybe Zach Wilson can play, maybe Zach Wilson can't.
Well, I think the Jets right now are they're in limbo, right? Because it's about the development of Zach Wilson, but on the same time, they have this roster, they have the current depth that can really push them far and push them in the right direction this season to possibly a playoff berth, something they need, something I wasn't able to do when I was a Jet. So I think right now, if you're Robert Saleh, and this goes back to Sunday's game, going into that fourth quarter, I felt Mike White should have got the nod. It's okay to have a bad day at the office. It was tough to see Zach Wilson make the throws, and his decision-making on the field was tough to see. However, athletes are human. You're not always do your best out there, even though you want the most. So for me, it has to be about the team forward, because that defense kept them in the game. I think they're only down 9 points in the fourth quarter. You need a spark. And if Zach isn't giving you that, lean on Mike White. That doesn't mean you can't go back to Zach Wilson and let him be your starter against Buffalo and going forward.
When you look at where Zach Wilson is in this current state, right, of this season, is he the answer at QB, in your opinion?
Well, I think the fact that we don't know yet is a little alarming, right? I mean, if you look at Zach Wilson, I think what's so tantalizing about him is that you see aspects of his game that make you say, holy cow, that's it. That's the quarterback that went second overall. That's who wowed Mike LaFleur and Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas at his pro day. That's why the Jets said, yeah, we might have missed out on Trevor Lawrence, but look who we did get. We got Zach Wilson. He's got the arm strength, the ability to play off script, the ability to throw off platform. He can make every single throw, the elusiveness. I mean, all of it is there in terms of the tools. He just hasn't necessarily put it all together yet. I mean, look at the touchdown drive that he engineered the Jets on, both touchdown drives that he engineered the Jets on. There is so much to like there. It's just a matter of now building that consistency.
Well, I think Connor hit it on the head. I think the only disturbing part is that we don't have that answer, right, as of right now. And I feel like I'm kind of in between with as far as is he the guy or not the guy. But I will say this. I was a guy who played a long time in the NFL, and I didn't feel like a true pro till my year 3 or 4. So the fact that this kid is in his second year, still trying to embrace New York and everything that it offers, on top of, bearing the scars of former Jets teams and all their failures, I want to give him time. I want to see him to continue to grow. I want to see him mature and make the right decisions, the smart decisions, and play within himself. He doesn't have to be a hero. There's a reason there's other people in the field to help you carry that load. So I think he has it. I think he has all the intangibles, like Connor said, and just from the neck up. We just need him to see them mature and get it done.
Yeah, Jets fans definitely want to see Zach Wilson do a 180 after that performance against the Patriots.